I'm here in Japan for the first time ever, and I wanted to try something I've never done before. So why not learn how to make matcha? Today, Jorge and I are diving into the centuries-old tradition of making matcha, not just as a drink, but as an art form. From hand whisking to history, we'll show you how to make authentic matcha the Japanese way. Since I'm completely new to making matcha, I thought it'd be helpful to start with a quick history lesson. Matcha actually originated in China, where powdered tea was popular during the Tang and Song dynasties, roughly the 7th to 13th centuries. It was later introduced to Japan in the late 1100s by a monk who brought back the practice of grinding tea leaves into a fine powder. In Japan, matcha quickly became popular among monks and samurai who valued it for its calming properties during meditation and training. By the 1500s, matcha had become the heart of the Japanese tea ceremony, which focused on simplicity, mindfulness, and appreciating imperfection. Over time, matcha evolved into a powerful symbol of Japanese culture, tradition, and hospitality. And today, it's still used in tea ceremonies, but also in one of my favorite forms, the matcha latte. Now that we know a bit about matcha's unique background, how do we make it? Let's start here.
Okay, we're at matcha-making class. I'm so excited.
Step 1. Gather your tools. In order to make delicious matcha, you will need 6 main tools: a chawan, the tea bowl, a chasen, the bamboo whisk, a chosaku, the bamboo scoop, hot water, a whisk holder, and of course, matcha powder. Step 2. Prepare your hot water. You will want to have hot water about 175 degrees Fahrenheit all ready to go. Make sure your water is not boiling because you don't want to burn your matcha powder when you eventually pour the water into your bowl. When the water is ready, make sure to bloom your chasen. This means you will want to pour hot water over the bamboo whisk to soften the bristles. You can keep the chasen in the hot water for the next few minutes while you prepare the next step, so the whisk will be nice and soft for when it's time to scoop your matcha. Step 3. Scoop your matcha powder into your chasen. Using your bamboo scoop, put 2 grams or roughly 2 heaping scoops of matcha powder into your bowl. Then, gently tap the bamboo scoop on the edge of your bowl to get rid of any remaining matcha powder.
Okay. Oh. Don't break the bowl.
So this is our matcha in the bowl. We put 2 grams using bamboo. See your matcha.
Yeah.
Looks so good. Step 4, whisk your matcha. Now you are ready to pour some of that hot water into your matcha bowl. You don't need too much water because you don't want to water down the matcha flavor. Next, you will sift your matcha with a sifter, but during class, we declumped our matcha with our whisk. Both work just fine. Then, grab your bowl gently but tightly with your left hand and whisk in a W or M zigzag motion back and forth. You will know when to stop whisking when you get a nice, bouncy, bubbly foam. Once you have your foam, gently and slowly pop those bubbles with your whisk using that same zigzag motion, or just popping them with the end of the chasen, either technique works. You will then want to gather your foam to the center of the bowl using circular motions with your whisk. Now that that's complete, you now have perfectly made matcha. Step 5. Enjoy your matcha. Before you dive into your matcha, there are just a few more steps to do in a traditional Japanese matcha ceremony. You will want to now hold your chasen with your left hand and support the bottom of the bowl with your right hand.
This is cool. Oh my gosh.
Then, turn your chasen 180 degrees. If you have a design on your bowl, you will want to point the design outward as this is a sign of respect and gratitude. And now, finally, you can sip your matcha. But don't forget to make a big slurp sound before your last sip to let your host know you are done and you thoroughly enjoyed your matcha.
Oh, yeah, いいね. Good song.
Gotta finish my matcha. Are you done? Did you finish yours?
Oh, I sipped already, yeah?
Oh, I was just doing the sound. All right, this is a matcha mochi.
Can I see the inside?
This is better than the one I had at 7-Eleven.
It's...
And she said that traditionally you would eat the sweets first because it makes the matcha taste sweeter. It was so fun.
Let's go.
We made matcha. Now I just have to buy all the things to make the matcha and then remember how to do it. If you are interested in learning how to make matcha if you're heading to Japan, I booked this 1-hour class on Klook, and I'm including the link in the description below. Lisa was the best teacher, and I highly recommend taking her class.
Thank you, Lisa. Arigato. Thank you. That was fun.
I feel energized. I feel ready to take on the day.
Now that we know all the steps to make the perfect matcha, what makes matcha so special? Well, let's get into it. Matcha 101, everything you should know. Health benefits. Let's start with why people love drinking matcha in the first place. Matcha is basically a superfood and is loaded with antioxidants, especially EGCG, that's known for supporting heart health and fighting inflammation. But it's not just good for your body. Matcha also contains L-theanine, which works with caffeine to give you a calm and focused energy boost. This means no jitters, no crash, just peaceful productivity. It can also help with metabolism, skin health, and overall well-being. So no wonder monks have been sipping it for centuries. What makes matcha different from regular green tea? Matcha is technically a green tea, but the way it is grown and prepared makes it a little different. Shading plays a huge factor when producing matcha. The tea leaves must be shaded in order to get that vibrant green color and taste that matcha is known for. Then, when it's time to harvest the leaves, they are hand-picked, selecting only the freshest leaves. And finally, the leaves are ground into a fine powder, which is what makes matcha, well, matcha. And unlike regular tea, where you steep the leaves, with matcha, you are actually drinking the whole leaf, which means you get way more nutrients. Different tiers of matcha. Not all matcha is created equal, so let's break it down. There are different types of grades, which basically classifies the quality of the matcha and what the matcha is best used for. Ceremonial grade is the highest quality, which is best for drinking straight. Premium grade is still high quality, but this is good for daily use in lattes. Culinary grade is best for cooking or baking, and ingredient grade is the lowest quality used in food products. Now that we are basically matcha experts, where can I find really good matcha? One of my favorite places that I got matcha from while in Japan was Ippudo Tea in Kyoto. This store dates all the way back to the year 1717, which makes it pretty authentic Japanese matcha. You can even go into the store and enjoy some matcha in their tea room. Jorge and I did this, and it was such a fun experience. I even bought some of their matcha and supplies for my own at-home matcha making station, so I've linked to their website in the description below.
The one souvenir that I wanted to get here in Japan was like a matcha making set, because I don't really know how to make it, but we did learn. So I got a bamboo whisk. I got the bamboo spoon. You do 2 scoops bloop, bloop, of that because you're supposed to have like 2 grams of matcha powder. And then I got matcha powder. So I got this one. I'm so excited. That was like the last step that I needed in my matcha making set, because I got a matcha bowl and I got a matcha whisk holder at Kitchen Street. Got 'em. Kind of cool that I got authentic matcha at the authentic matcha place, and like the utensils and stuff from actual Kitchen Street. I'm very excited. I don't want to say I can't wait to go home, but I can't wait to go home and have some matcha with all my stuff.
And that's a wrap on my first matcha making adventure in Japan. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and spill the tea in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for steeping by. See you in the next one.